Welcome to the channel. We are going to be doing a reading on what are you the best at. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have group 1, group 2 and group 3. You can take a moment to choose the pile whichever way you feel the most drawn to, and then we'll get started with group 1. Okay, welcome group 1. If you chose the Lovers, then this will be your reading for today on what are you the best at. Immediately, I just want to say that you probably have like a really bubbly, fun personality. Maybe you could be like quite spontaneous or have like a general sense of, I don't know, you might just be like fun. I'm not sure. You might be funny. You might actually get along with people quite well. You might form good relationships, like you might be a little bit charismatic. I'm not sure about that, but you definitely have the potential to be, if it's not something that you are like the actual best at. So for others of you, it could be like finding things in common with people that are not so common, like finding more of like a meaningful bond, finding something to kind of grab onto. Okay, you just have to bear with me with the lighting for tonight. I'm used to working during the daytime, and then the lights can just kind of take over if they're too bright or too glossy. Okay. I'm getting something about this group just being like the best at slaying. And I don't know, like, does that mean you slay the competition? Does that mean that you like, I don't know, like good at getting your defenses down, or good at getting like, yeah, good at getting the defenses down and kind of protecting yourself. But I also feel like this group has some bizarre innate like kind of skill to see into things, and I don't know what it is that you see into. I do kind of feel like, I wonder if some of the people in this group do scrying, so you could actually be the best at scrying. For others of you, it's like you have the ability to see something that other people don't, and I don't necessarily mean it could be in like a psychic way or an intuitive way, but I actually feel it's different. It's like you have a unique eye or a skill for picking certain characteristic traits. Like you actually are really good at narrowing down on certain parts of a person's personality. It's like you are able to focus without distraction, and you're almost able to isolate parts of a person's personality. So if there's something that you're looking for, yeah, you're almost able to separate parts of it so that you can like really focus on what it is that you are kind of trying to work out. I'm also getting something here about, I think I already said something about like taking out the competition. So for some of you, you may be good at like kind of stopping people in their tracks. You may be like you may have a capacity to carry like a lot of emotions. I'm getting something here that this group would be the best at like social politicking. Something about like putting a brave face on in the face of justice, maybe. I don't know if that's quite right. Just take that only if it resonates. I'm a little bit unsure of that. But I do feel like some of you are like great at coming at a situation with love. For others of you, like laying parts of yourself bare out in the open. And I think some of you in group 1 are like the best at being able to be vulnerable with your emotions in like expressing or emoting like in public in a way where it's kind of like not too much, but it is embodied and you do allow yourself to do it. There's like a level of self-compassion that you hold for yourself, where you realize like it is just okay to cry if I'm sad or something like that. And for others of you, I feel like I do get a little bit of an element. There might be like a few people in this group that you're actually like survivors. So you're kind of like the best at, I don't know, like overcoming something pretty full on, but I don't really think that that's the message. It's just kind of like a side note of something here. I feel like for the most part, this group is quite good at defenses. So it's like you're good at stopping things even before they get to that point. And I think that this group has the potential to be quite good at compartmentalizing, although I understand that that won't resonate for everybody. There's definitely a lot of people here that are quite like comfortable in their space of emoting, and that's, yeah. Okay. I feel like this group can be good at social dynamics that can be tricky, such as like bureaucratic dynamics. Some of the people in this group, I do feel like there's something to do with like spiritual enactment. I feel like maybe group one are the best at just embracing spirituality as like a part of their identity. So it's like you're not worried about what people kind of think of you. Yeah. That's actually everything that I have for you today, group one, on, you know, what is it that you're the best at. I kind of wish that I had more. I do feel actually, now that I'm talking about it, that this group could be the best at pulling off like kind of out there styles or out there haircuts or hair colors or something like that. Like you could go get outrageously bright colors in your hair and you would be able to pull it off. You'd be the best at that. And I think for some of you, you're actually the best at just embracing your personality and all the best parts of it, and putting that on display for everybody. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that was like the last little thing that I had come in there for you, group one. Hopefully this is helpful to you all in some way, and a bit more of a lighthearted, upbeat reading for you. So take care. I'll see you all in another reading. Okay, welcome group two. If you chose the second group, then this will be your reading on what are you the best at. Immediately, I feel like this group, you can handle a tower moment or two. I feel like you handle tower moments with grace. Yeah. There might be something about having the ability to direct energy in such a way that when it does hit you, it's like not as bad as what it could have been. I'm getting something else here. It's a bit of a weird message, but I'll put it out there about like redirecting someone else to take the fall. So it's like a bit disturbing. Okay, now that we've moved on from that, I don't really know how I feel like when I get energies like that come through, and then it kind of makes me wonder, let me just have the dishwasher started on in the background. I'm really hoping that this video still goes well, between the lighting and the background noise and weird messages coming through. Okay. So I guess what I would say is that I feel like this group, I want to say that I do feel like that message is probably not for everybody, although I do feel like group two are probably the best at sidestepping things, and you might not actually like intentionally redirect things to head in other people's direction. That would be something that only you would know. Yeah. I do feel like this group is actually really good at kind of starting again, not starting, well, kind of, it's like you're good at, if there's like a false foundation, you're good at kind of taking it down and starting again in that sense to build like a better foundation. It's like you're good at spotting the weak parts. That's like what group 2 is the best at. You're like good at finding the weak parts, and you're good at like correcting them so that you know how to build it again better next time. And I think that group 2 is probably the best at forming deep connections, like deep relationships. Let's see what else we have here. I do think that group 2 probably have what's one of like the best things about you is probably like your style. I feel like you probably dress quite well, even if it's not to a particular standard. It might be like a particular aesthetic or something that people appreciate. This group has identified really great values in which you like look for in another person and are able to bring to the table. I think this group is good at actually calling out false situations or scenarios or anything that particularly has the potential to kind of do damage. It's like this group might be good at actually getting ahead of whatever that might be. I do want to say that this group could also have the potential to be the best at doing something first. Like just maybe it's like just jumping in and giving something a go, or just kind of rolling with the punches. Yeah. I think this group is the best at being quite graceful, but also really soaking in those victorious moments in life where it's like you're able to be graceful about it, but you're also able to just like hold that and allow yourself to actually make the most of that moment. And this group is also the best at new beginnings. We did sort of get like a message about that earlier, so it's confirmation there. This group would also be the best at, I think we did say, building foundations. This group is also the best at spotting opportunities. Yeah. Finding like the good option, like steady, stable options. Just see, I think we might, oh yeah, cool. This group is quite good at its routines, staying grounded, being steady and stable. This group is, I feel like, has an eye for, I don't know if I want to say luxury or if it's like quality material possessions or even adornments or the way that you dress or something like that. It's like, I definitely feel for some of you fashion, but for those of you who don't really resonate with fashion as per se, you just might like a really good quality garment. And even if you like don't own a lot or it's not typically on trend, it's like what you like. It's like you have an eye for spotting things that are still really beautiful, and there might be something to it where it's kind of elegant or you just still look nice. I feel like this group is actually the best at just looking nice, and it doesn't matter what way you do it. It doesn't matter what way you kind of achieve it. This group, this group is also like the best at embracing, I feel like, their intuition. For some of you, you may resonate engaging with spirit or being like a psychic medium or using the tarot or delving into energy work, anything along those lines. I was getting like the Season of the Witch song playing before starting this video. So for some of you, you actually are the best at what you do in terms of like your intuitive processes. So you actually could be quite like adept. You could have quite good practices. Some of you, I do feel like, have ritualistic practices or something like that, and you might actually be the best at that. So I won't say that everything I say for this group would resonate for everyone. Like some of you may only take like 2 out of 5 examples of like, you know, maybe you don't really work with crystals, but you do like particular rituals, but you don't do energy work, but you do like read tarot cards or something like that. But yeah, so don't make everything fit there in that particular category, but most of this stuff here, group 2 would be the best at for sure. I do feel like group 2 is particularly good at getting downloads around particular moon cycles of the month. And so for some of you, it may be like a crescent or a waning, waxing or waning? Waning moon? Yeah, maybe a waning moon. I did want to say full moon initially, but then I was like, I feel like it's more about the waning moon. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what moon it is. There's like working in conjunction with the moon is one of the skills that group 2 is the best at. And something about like maybe harnessing moon energy, for those of you that is something that does crop up on your radar or that you partake in. Some of you are really good at embodying like the fruits that spirit and the divine and the universe gives you. Some of you in this group, even if you don't really resonate with like being like a spiritual person or anything, you actually are the best at keeping secrets. You're the best at, I think you are the best at maybe keeping neutral, but like keeping secrets. And I think this group is the best at like not letting on that they know things that they shouldn't know or something like that. But this group is also the best at kind of contemplating things and mulling over things to work out like what it is that they do think. For some of you, this group could also be the best at like finding a solution to a problem, even if it takes you a while or kind of keeps you up at night. So group 2, it seems like you're quite a dexterous person. It seems like you have quite a lot of like capabilities and skills here. Is there anything else here? I feel like group 2, some of you are like the best at wearing the color blue, so it's like a bit of a random one. Yeah. Okay, that's like, oh, some of you could be like avid gardeners or something like that. Like some of you could be really good at growing roses, like you're the best at, yeah. I am kind of getting like boho vibes a little bit, but that's not for everybody. So, okay, group 2, hopefully that was like a bit more of a fun reading for a change in the energy, and I'll see you all in another reading. Thanks. Okay, group 3, if you chose pile 3, then this is your reading on what are you the best at. You'll have to bear with us for tonight. The lighting isn't great at the moment, but it's just what we're working with to be able to get a video done. Some of you are the best at just about everything that you do. Others of you are the best at working in situations where there's like 3 or more people. I feel like this group is quite good at kind of taking the lead. That won't be for everyone, but I feel like for a great deal of you it is. A lot of you are really great at fostering long-term relationships full of like fulfillment and support and I don't know. I'm getting something about naivety, so I feel like I wonder if group 3, if you're the best at kind of taking people under your wing that are a little bit naive or something like that. I almost get a vibe that you kind of want to protect people or keep them safe or nurture them or something like that. Group 2, you're actually really quite smart. You're quite intellectual, and I feel like you know what's going on. There's not a lot that happens that you miss. Group 2, you have the potential to be like quite good at growing things. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's like a garden, a family, children, a culture, a community. Like long luscious hair. So what are you the best at? Growing luscious hair. Just take it if it resonates, right? Okay, some of you, I did kind of get like a slight connection here potentially to group 2 if you felt like you're a little bit drawn to it, but for some of you, group 3, you're actually like the best at fitting an aesthetic or like particular styles, or like I feel like group 3 would be the best at like having, I don't know, what is it, like you're the best looking outfit or the best looking person, or having the best outfit at a party or something. Like any gathering you go to, you just look the best, or you have like the best fit that there is. Group 3, you could also be like a group that is actually the best at like resting, replenishing, nourishing yourselves, pampering yourselves. I want to put a disclaimer in there and be like, maybe that's not for everyone, but I kind of genuinely feel like it probably is. Like this group is the group of people that are like the best at being comfortable and the best at like taking care of themselves and like really filling themselves up and knowing what they want. And you know, this group could even have potential to be like some of the best manifestors as well, as in like you actually are good at kind of bringing things in. This group is also like, I did say the best at growing things already. I feel like group 3, you're quite expansive. What else do we have? Group 3, you could actually work really well with other people. You could be, yeah, I feel like it's one of two things. You're either really good at embracing like things that look good and having an eye for detail, versus like yourself looking good in your own like outfit and aesthetic and everything, versus just being a person that like is highly socially intelligent and you just get along with people well, and you are able to maintain and foster good relationships over a long time. Okay, so we also have, what is this? Let's see how much space we have. We might need more. Just bear with me a moment. Okay. Group 3 may be the best at like making up with people or bringing something to the table that is like going to be quite fulfilling or something. I feel like group 3, you could actually have a lot to bring to the table in terms of like friendship and like mutual reciprocity and whatnot. I don't know. We're going to stop there and we're going to do another line up here. Okay. Some of you are the best at, I don't know, like setting a standard. Some of you are the best at, some of you are like quite quick-witted. Actually, I feel like I should have, some of you are the best at engaging conflict and confrontation in such a harmonious way, like you're quite balanced. And some of you are the best at like finding your passions and following them and embracing them. Or some of you are the best at like inspiring other people, or embracing creativity. Some of you are the best at managing like your life, like keeping things in balance, or maybe you don't even really keep things in balance, but you just don't really drop the ball on anything, and that in itself is like fantastic. And for others of you, it's like you are the best at like making home, like a house a home, or making a community great, or I don't know, like making a community warm, or a group of friends warm, or like just fulfilling. It's like maybe if you had a group of friends that all went and did like a paint and sip or something, any sort of little gathering, even if it was like a barbecue or something like that, that you would be the person that would like make it like an event that people would actually enjoy, and then it would give them a sense, or create a sense of like community within them. And I think it kind of gives people a sense of like feeling complete. So just group 3, all the compliments, right? Group 3. Some of you are the best at like highlighting the truth in a situation or pinpointing a particular truth, or yeah. Okay, group 3, you could be the best at finding, maybe considering all options, or like taking different scenarios into account that would actually have a potential to be like a worthwhile option. I do feel like this group would also be the best at like maintaining their position and their own stance and their sense of self, so that they are not like easily influenced by others. And this group may also be quite good at like focusing on what it is that they do have. Yeah. Okay, that's actually everything that I have for you today, group 3. Hopefully this was a fun reading or helpful to you in some way, and I'll see you all in another one.